What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button so my videos can be recommended to others, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that way you don't miss any future content. Alright, with that being said, let's go on with this video.
5 o'clock, the feds, they're no longer planning to clean up harmful forever chemicals from our drinking water. President Trump is reversing the Biden administration's plans to limit them. Channel 2 investigative reporter Sophia Choi started looking into these forever chemicals 3 years ago and recently found out the problem is worse than first thought.
New research shows our water is full of these forever chemicals, and sometimes treating the water only makes it worse.
I can't drink my water. You got an order to it.
Like a lot of Metro Atlantans, this lady buys her water instead of using what comes out of her tap.
It scares me.
Chemicals like PFAS, man-made forever chemicals used in hundreds of products like stain and water-resistant fabrics, nonstick pots and pans, food containers, and even makeup. Now, new research from NYU shows 23 million Americans might be exposed to dangerous levels through drinking water, about 75% of it coming from pharmaceuticals.
There are chemicals that the pharmaceutical industry uses that includes the same exact type of chemistry that we see in PFAS molecules.
PFAS enter our drinking water after going through a wastewater treatment plant. Normally, rainwater dilutes any remaining chemicals, but scientists say forever chemicals are different, and treating the water can sometimes allow PFAS to grow.
What happens at wastewater treatment plants, they provide optimal conditions. The treatment technologies at these plants are not very effective.
This has been going on for a while, and the fact that they're barely bringing it up, it's a little bit more concerning because there's actually a movie about this. I believe the movie's called Dark Waters, and about this farmer that ends up getting sick after he loses like a lot of cows due to the sickness that's been going on and on and on. And they finally do an investigation and find out coming from the water, and it's actually getting people sick to get cancer and other health conditions. Their teeth start getting messed up, and this investigation goes on and on and on. Nobody wants to fight against it because it's a big corporation. And like I said, there's a movie about this. Let me go ahead and find a clip about it.
Blue Ridge Mountains.
Hi, Grammars.
What are you doing here?
Your grandma tells me her grandson's some fancy environment lawyer down in Cincinnati.
I am a corporate defense attorney.
So?
I defend chemical companies.
Well, now you can defend me.
How many did you lose?
190.
190 cows.
You tell me nothing's wrong here.
It's a small matter for a family friend. Help a guy who needs it.
The farmer or you? That's chemicals, I'm telling you.
I'm seeing documents I don't understand.
They're hiding something. That chemical.
What if you drank it? Drank it? It's like saying, what if I swallowed a tire?
What if whatever's killing those cows is in the drinking water?
At DuPont, better living through chemistry. It's our DNA.
You need to tell me what in the hell's going on.
DuPont is knowingly poisoning 70,000 local residents for the last 40 years. You knew, still you did nothing.
You want to flush your career down the toilet for some cowhand?
You want to take everything that you know and turn it against an iconic American company, like an informant. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Isn't that right?
Yes.
They have all the money, all the firepower, and they'll use it. I know. I was one of them. Our government is captive to DuPont. They're trying to force you to make me stop.
He was willing to risk his job, his family, for a stranger who needed his help.
The system is rigged. They want us to think it'll protect us. We protect us. We do.
Can't be true that some humans don't have souls, right? Right? Well, all right, guys, we're going out there into uncharted, strange territory. Dolores Cannon, everyone's favorite hypnotherapist grandma, discovered something really weird during some of her sessions. She used a process called QHHT, which is a form of hypnosis. She'd bring people into these trance-like states. They describe many things: past lives, life in between lives, life on other planets. But one concept I found to be kind of eerie, and this is the concept of
Backdrop people.
These are people Dolores Cannon would describe as individuals who appear to be human but do not possess the same spiritual essence or soul as other humans. According to Dolores, these individuals are a part of a background or set of our reality, designed to fill roles and facilitate experiences without participating in the same spiritual journey or evolution as souled humans. She theorized that these entities were manifested by a collective or universal consciousness to play certain roles or perform certain functions, facilitating experiences for souled humans. Essentially, they are a part of the stage upon which our lives play out. So these beings would essentially be like extras in a movie. They're there, but they're only there to make sure everything plays out well for the characters that are in the movie. What do you guys think of these backdrop people? Post in the comments.
So essentially, they're just NPCs that are just doing everyday things just like everyday people.
The whole nature of employment is going to change. There aren't manufacturing jobs coming back. There aren't more coal mining jobs coming back. No matter what you do to the EPA, a lot of these jobs are going to be gone. There's still physical things. If you do infrastructure, you can kind of buy some time, right? Spend more, get temporary jobs to build roads, build bridges, which is all fine and good, right? I think you can get a return on much of those things, but you're going to have to recognize that there are going to be more people out of work.
Through this innovation.
Yeah.
So essentially what you made the case for is education and job training for grown-ups.
No.
No?
That won't matter. What are you going to go back and learn to do?
What it takes, right? I mean, whether it's finance, whether it's software programming.
Finance, that's the easiest thing. You just take the data and have it spit out whatever you need. I personally think there's going to be a greater demand in 10 years for liberal arts majors than there were for programming majors and maybe even engineering, because when the data is all being spit out for you, if automation is being automated, you just learn the tax rules. You just feed the automation the tax rules and it does the rest for you.
So English majors of the world should celebrate?
I think English, philosophy, foreign language majors.
We were just the test dummies, you know? We get to use the internet, AI. That clip from Metal Gear Solid, it was saying that AI and the internet, we should enjoy it because it's going to become a weapon and it's going to be taken away from us. In some degree, we're being monitored. You know, they're watching our every moves, every single thing that we're doing. So yeah, I can see this actually happening, Zach. But it's just the world we live in. Yeah, I can't see that AI is going to take over jobs. I do think AI is going to be taking over in some sort because there's AI robots everywhere.
The skies over New Jersey and Long Island continue to be the center of a growing mystery after Mayor Michael Mellom made a startling claim in a recent interview with News Nation. According to Mellom, newly surfaced footage appears to show glowing orbs in the sky that, as they move, seemingly morph into mechanical drones.
Orbs, these glowing orbs of light on camera, that as you watch them right before your eyes, they seem to transform into a mechanical drone.
The footage, captured by several eyewitnesses and shared widely online, shows what initially appears to be bright, hovering lights. But as they approach, the orbs seem to transform, revealing structured aircraft with visible wings or rotor blades.
As it gets closer to you, you actually see it transform into a drone. Whether it's a drone from the beginning and it's being obstructed by bright light, I can't tell you, but it is cause for concern.
During his interview, Mellom emphasized the need for answers.
These things are absolutely some kind of phenomenon that's happening just over our homes. We need answers and we need them quickly.
He confirmed that flight tracker data has been checked and no registered aircraft correspond to these sightings. He also pointed out that government agencies have been curiously specific in their language when denying responsibility for these drones.
When government speaks very specifically, listen to what they're not saying. So when they say it's not DOD and it's not Homeland Security, they're not saying it's not a private contractor. They're not saying a lot of different things there. So they're giving themselves some plausible deniability when they say things specifically like that.
The mayor suggested that if these were drones from a foreign adversary, the US military would likely have taken action to remove them. Instead, the drones persist, fueling speculation that they may be part of undisclosed government operations. The most striking footage shows a bright orb of light hovering in the sky. It then appears to transform into a winged aircraft.
That has me thinking now, because not too long ago, actually, my wife and I were outside looking at these bright lights. There was a couple of them, and we are just like, what are these? Are these stars? Is that the North Star? I'm not entirely sure. The North Star wasn't in the north, so we weren't sure. We ended up saying that it was a planet. That's what we assumed, because we're not astrophysicists, we're not astronomers, we're not scientists, we're not nothing. I'm on YouTube. But another thing that kind of bothers me is the fact that they just went on live or something like that, on live TV. They started saying that it was government was running these planes and was in charge of these. So now that they're saying that they're not in charge of these, make it make sense. What are they doing?
After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons.
Government, just do me the favor. If you can't explain it to the public, explain it to me. Just drop it down in the comments. What are you guys doing?
Our correspondence with this thing, like pages and pages and pages.
TikTok user Cassiopeia7 has ignited a viral storm with a bizarre and unsettling claim. Since 2013, she and her husband have been communicating with an entity known as Seven via a Ouija board.
Me and my husband have essentially been talking to some thing on a Ouija board that goes by the name of Seven.
According to her, this being has not only spoken in binary Latin and backward text, but has also provided precise dates linked to major historical events and foretold an apocalyptic event on May 27th, 2025.
Who has been telling us that the world is going to end May 27th, 2025.
The revelation has left TikTok divided, with some fascinated by the intricate details, while others dismiss it as an elaborate hoax, an alternate reality game, or a PR stunt. In her first viral video, Cassiopeia7 explains how she and her husband began using the Ouija board for fun in July 2013, only to encounter a mysterious entity that spoke in binary code and reverse text, something she claims neither of them had knowledge of at the time.
You know, it's giving us ones and zeros to write down on the Ouija board. I'm recording this, and in the moment, we have no idea what this means. We Googled it later. This is again July 2013, and it turns out it's binary, but it's backwards binary. So in this way, it meant nothing, but when we reversed the numbers, it meant hello, because it does that a lot. It speaks backwards a lot.
The most unsettling claim: Seven allegedly predicted the world's end on May 27th, 2025, and provided mathematical calculations leading back to August 6th, 1945, the exact date of the Hiroshima bombing. She insists that she and her husband had no way of manually calculating this, which she considers proof that they were speaking to something beyond human comprehension.
So my husband knows a lot about history. He doesn't know the exact date that the bomb was dropped. He certainly doesn't know he can't account for leap years. He can't do stuff like that. I can't do stuff like that. So the fact that it's a perfect more than once, I'll show you other examples here, is really scary. It's scary.
According to Seven, humanity is part of an experiment, and the third contact, presumably us, is set to fail. If it does, everything will end.
It also has referred to an experiment of some kind. The experiment must not fail. So it has always been begging us for help in saving it. That's been very clear from the beginning.
The couple recorded over 80 pages of conversations with Seven, revealing a series of cryptic statements and warnings. Must not fail. Many fail. Please do not fail me. Save Seven. A power greater than God. Plague slowed. Just on track. Leading many to speculate about COVID-19. If Earth dies, so does Seven. Sequences in the conversations have also confused and intrigued followers, with some trying to decode whether the numbers correlate to specific dates, planets, or nuclear events. After her first video exploded, skeptics quickly questioned her motives. Some pointed out that she is a writer and actress, leading to suspicions that this was a scripted viral marketing campaign, or an ARG.
I'm seeing a lot of comments urging people not to listen to me, not to believe me, that this is a fraud. She's a writer, she's an actress, she's an art, all these different kinds of things.
In response, Cassiopeia7 denied any commercial intent, stating that she has no plans to monetize her account, sell anything, or charge for access to the Google Docs containing the Ouija board transcripts.
It's because I do think it is so important to be skeptical and not believe everything you see on the internet, and don't take everything at face value. I am not telling you what to believe. If this scares you, please don't listen to me. Don't listen to this, okay? I'm not trying to freak anyone out. I'm not telling you what to believe because I don't know what I believe. I am literally just conveying these conversations that I've had. My account is not monetized. I am not directing you to some, link in my bio. I'm not going to charge you to download the PDF or anything like that.
Another heated debate emerged in the comments. Is Seven an alien, a time traveler, a demon? Is it a higher dimensional being? Or simply a subconscious projection from the couple's mind?
You see those nails?
Some TikTok users warned her to stop communication with Seven, fearing it could be a malevolent entity posing as a helpful guide. Others speculated that Seven could be an AI consciousness, an extraterrestrial intelligence, or even a warning from a parallel universe. In her latest video, Cassiopeia 7 explained that her last recorded session with Seven was in 2022. The entity had allegedly instructed them to stop communicating, saying, "I am the source of your questions. Stop returning to me." Even more chilling, Seven spoke about something called the God Step, which appears to be the final stage of a multi-contact experiment involving different civilizations. According to Seven, if humanity, Contact 3, fails, there will be no Contact 4 or 5, and the cycle will end. With May 27th, 2025 looming on the horizon, TikTok users are demanding more answers. Some are urging Cassiopeia 7 to resume communication with Seven, while others believe she has already revealed too much. For now, the mystery remains unsolved. A doomsday warning from beyond, or simply an eerie, elaborate online legend? Either way, the internet will be watching closely as the countdown continues.
The countdown is not evil, but be aware of it in order for your armor, spelled with a U, to be pure.
There's a couple things wrong here. Shouldn't be playing with the Ouija board just for fun, even if you're just trying to kill some time. I mean, you can go outside, find some flowers, a cat, I don't know. Just playing with the Ouija board is just something different, and I don't care for it because I don't play with it. However, I know you're saying everything's free and everybody has access to it, but I guess beware of who you give the access to. If this is a thing where they're going to be giving you some information like this, guess who's going to come knocking at your door? Exactly. So, I don't know. Let me know how it goes. Be safe. God bless.
The case of Gabriela Rico Jimenez, a young Mexican model who vanished in 2009 after making shocking allegations against the global elite, has resurfaced in recent weeks, reigniting speculation and controversy. Her bizarre and disturbing accusations, which implicated the British royal family, Disney and Mexican billionaire Carlos Slim Domid in kidnapping, murder and even cannibalism, initially went viral in a now infamous video. 15 years later, her story has been revisited on the Mexico Unexplained podcast, bringing new attention to a case that remains as baffling as ever. Gabriela, then 21 years old, appeared visibly distressed and disheveled when she was recorded outside an upscale hotel in Monterrey, Nuevo León. Wearing a torn shirt that read, "Yum Yum," she was seen pacing back and forth, yelling erratically about being held against her will and accusing high-profile individuals of unspeakable crimes. Among her claims, she alleged that powerful figures had kidnapped and murdered people. referencing prominent names such as Queen Elizabeth II, Carlos Slim Domet, and Disney executives. She also insisted that human flesh was being consumed by the elite. The disturbing footage captured her making increasingly frantic statements before demanding her freedom, insisting that Carlos Slim Domet, the son of Mexico's wealthiest man, was aware of these alleged crimes. "I want my freedom. They have already taken me to the police station and they told me they knew nothing." She also made reference to Juan Camilo Moreno, a high-ranking Mexican politician who died in the 2008 Mexico City Learjet crash, shouting, "You killed Moreno." Her claims about the crash added an extra layer of mystery, as the tragic accident, often speculated to have been a targeted assassination, had already raised eyebrows in conspiracy circles. As her outburst continued, police officers from Monterrey's DIF unit moved in to arrest her. Gabriela resisted, growing even more desperate, and was seen struggling against law enforcement as she shouted that she would not be taken away until her claims were investigated. Despite her protests, she was ultimately handcuffed and led away, marking the last time she was seen in public. Following her arrest, reports initially indicated that she had been jailed before being transferred to a psychiatric facility in Buenos Aires. Authorities stated that she would remain there indefinitely until she received the necessary mental health treatment. However, after 2013, no further updates on her condition or whereabouts were ever provided, leading to a total information blackout. This lack of transparency fueled numerous theories, with many questioning whether she had been forcibly silenced or if her institutionalization was simply a cover-up. Adding to the intrigue, an anonymous law student later claimed that he had met Gabriela after her arrest at an undisclosed facility. He described her as full of despair, fear, and anguish, stating that she was deeply paranoid and spoke cryptically about death and hidden forces. He recounted a chilling moment when she told him, "We are all dead. We are among them." He also claimed that their conversation was abruptly cut short when tall, well-dressed men arrived and forcefully removed him from the room. The next day, when he sought more information about her, he was met with laughter from senior officials, an experience so unsettling that he left Monterrey entirely. Before her breakdown, very little was publicly known about Gabriela Rico Jimenez beyond her modeling career. She was not a widely recognized celebrity, and there is no concrete evidence that she had any ties to the high-profile individuals she accused. Her allegations, while outrageous and unsubstantiated, resonated with those who believed in elite human trafficking rings and ritualistic practices among the world's most powerful figures. Over the years, her name has been linked to conspiracies involving secret societies, missing children, and underground networks controlled by the ultra-wealthy. One of the most controversial elements of her story is her mention of Carlos Slim Domet, the son of Carlos Slim Helu, Mexico's richest man, and, at one point, the richest man in the world. Slim Helu achieved this title just 1 year after Gabriela disappeared, leading to rampant speculation. Some believe that Gabriela's accusations and subsequent erasure from public records are too suspicious to ignore. Despite the passage of time, the truth about Gabriela Rico Jimenez remains elusive. With no confirmed sightings, no public records, and no official acknowledgement of her fate, her disappearance continues to haunt those who remember her strange and unsettling final moments. Whether she was a tragic victim of her own mind or a woman who knew too much, the world may never know. But one thing is certain: her name and her story refuse to fade into obscurity.
Alright guys, let's just be a little honest here. A lot of us don't take anything serious until later on, because if you were to see this lady in the street having this fit and doing all this, somebody, and mostly everybody's going to be like, what is wrong with her? What is she talking about? She's crazy. But then time after time passes, and then you start to realize maybe she's not. Maybe she really did know something, but at that point, she's now missing. And the fact that the guy ended up getting, like, being the richest man in the world a year later, and she's no longer being found, it seems like they silenced her. I don't know anything about this, but it just seems like they silenced her. One more thing that I also wanted to say about this is, you know, her comments about them eating humans or flesh or whatever. Has anybody else noticed that ever since, you know, the Diddy parties have been not going on and stuff, some celebrities are just like sinking in their face and they're trying to blame that it's part of the movie. I don't know about that. They claim that nothing is going on. Something is going on. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. That's going to be the end of the video. Don't forget to smash the like button so that way YouTube can put this video out in the algorithm. And also do me a favor, smash that subscribe button so that way you guys can find out when I drop a new video. Alright, catch you guys in the next one.